Yeah, yeah. Professor Pradeep Kumar has joined, and before I hand over the floor to him, let me make a brief introduction of Professor Pradeep Kumar Ramancherla. Sir, good evening and welcome you to this program. And Professor Pradeep Kumar Ramcharla holds a bachelor's in engineering civil from Vasavi College of Engineering, Usmania University, Master of Technology in Structural Engineering from IIT Kanpur, and PhD in Earthquake Engineering from University of Tokyo, Japan. He worked in L&T ECC division for about a year prior to going to Japan. He worked as a postdoctoral research fellow for 1 year. There, he joined IIT Hyderabad in September 2002 and started Earthquake Engineering Research Center. He was instrumental in initiating graduate program on computer-aided structural engineering at IIIT Hyderabad in 2002 and 5-year dual degree program in building science and engineering in 2013. His research interests are in numerical modeling of tectonic plates and faults, ground motion simulations and faults, nonlinear structural response and damage estimation, health diagnosis of historical and critical structures, sustainable construction technologies with local and natural materials, and capacity building on earthquake disaster safety. Dr. Ramancharla is a strong proponent of human values. He has been spearheading the activity of human values in IIIT Hyderabad since 2005. He has contributed in a major way in introducing an essential course in human values to the undergraduate students. Till now, he has conducted over 50 workshops of 3 to 8 days duration and over 100 guest lectures on human values. His dream is to take value education to all people in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you so much, sir, for agreeing to be a speaker on our FDP today. And to the participants, I know Professor Pradeep Kumar for almost now about 15 years. I've attended his 3-day program in a different location. He is an amazing speaker, and his passion and involvement in this is, I don't know, with all that civil engineering and advanced technologies, how does he deal with both of them is still a mystery to me. Thank you very much, sir, and floor is yours. We have just now had a break for about 15 minutes. Some more will be keeping on joining, but we can start the program.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for introduction. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll share my screen. Just 1 moment.
Okay, you can share.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir. It's coming up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We can see.
Yeah. Yes, sir. 1 moment. Okay. So yeah, let me start. So this topic, universal human values, we are going to discuss for about 1.5 hours. So now it's almost 6 o'clock. So we'll be discussing about this one till 7:30. So 3 words you're seeing here. One is universal, second is human, and third one is values. So let us start with the third one, value. So generally, what do we mean by values? Value means anything which is, say, useful. So when we say useful, useful to whom? Useful to 2 entities. That is, one is human being, and then second is rest of the nature. Useful to human being as well as rest of the nature. When we say human values, human being useful to fellow human beings as well as rest of the nature. So that is human values. So that means we have to live these values. We have to understand and live these values. And then the third one, universal, if we can add this one. So generally people get confused, or we many times get confused. How can values be universal? Okay. How can values be universal? So what I feel right may not be right for you, and what I feel wrong may not be wrong for you. So that is where we get into, say, conflicts or difference of opinion, and we don't know how to handle that. So that is where whole world is like tiered into different parts, regions, segments, all those problems we are seeing. So that is what we are going to discuss, whether there is anything which is universal and how do we start from there. Now the topic what I'm going to discuss with you or put in front of you are is the current status of people, that is current status of human, and then what are basic human aspirations, and is there a way to achieve harmony at all these four levels of our being, that is individual, family, society and nature, and then what are values and ethics, and finally summary or conclusions. Okay, so let me start with this. What are the national expectations from colleges? So because I deal with many engineering colleges, so that's why I wrote engineering colleges, but national expectations from the colleges of education. So these are the expectations. What are the expectations? Number one is to generate the manpower that is well trained in technical knowledge and skills. And this manpower should have a holistic outlook. And this manpower expectation is that it will work for national needs, global needs, and larger human needs. This is the expectation. Okay. And along in line with this expectation, what do we want a graduating student should possess? Number one, they must have knowledge of all these 5 points, that is knowledge of area of study. That means they need to understand the concepts and how to apply these concepts. And second is knowledge about language, that is ability to read, comprehend, express oneself, and knowledge about society. So know about what is societal system, economic system, political system, what is happening, because whatever they are studying, they have to apply these things in society. And then knowledge about relationships, so live and work in family, and then at workplace with harmony. And then the last but not the least, this graduating student should possess the knowledge of character. So how one is responsible, how one is taking responsibility, attitude of service, self-reflection, all these things. So these are national expectations. In along that line, these are the like fine details of that. But when we look at incoming students, what are their concerns? What are the concerns of incoming students? So the first big concern is there is tremendous insecurity. Insecurity about jobs, insecurity about livelihood, insecurity about future actually. And then unsure about their own aspirations, thereby goals are very low. What is the meaning of low goal? Is why you are studying? I want a job. That is very low goal of education. And lack of relationship between with teachers. That means there is a generation gap. In fact, with parents also these days, that connect is missing. And then perhaps they are seeing and getting used to this, taking shortcuts. So dishonesty, cheating sometimes. And then they may be looking at, say, what kind of conflicts are taking place, group conflicts, person to person conflict. They are all seeing this thing in our own environment. So why I'm saying this very strongly is, even in colleges also there is a very serious hierarchy of departments, serious hierarchy of in the same department subject wise. So when we are not presenting an equal society to them, then what kind of knowledge they will have or they will graduate with. Then finally, contradictions in society and leading towards what? Hypocrisy. So what they are seeing is teachers, maybe parents, elders, and people in society or people in position, like they say something, do something. So why it is done like that? So that kind of things are not detailed out. This is the reason for which this kind of decision is taken. So generally, people who get affected are not made part of the decision making. So these are the big concerns. So with this one, let me take you to this values background. So how to bridge the gap? So get students to reflect on their own goals, number one. Develop relationship between teachers and students, and then inculcate understanding and feeling of responsibility towards national and larger human goals. So this is actually backdrop where I would like to place this universal human values as a concept. So whatever I said till now makes sense. Do you relate to these things, or something which is completely unusual? No, this is not the way it is happening. Yeah, any opinion from anyone? Yeah, am I audible properly?
Yeah, sir, you are audible, and certainly it makes sense. Whatever you said, I think so far you have, really, talked about the crux, what are the expectations, what are the system, and how do one look at, finding the, and finding and bridging the gap. Awesome, sir, awesome.
Yeah. So just give me one minute. So I'm connecting another one so that I can see what is coming, because there is a gap between what I'm presenting here and what you are seeing on the other side. Just 1 second. Okay, yeah, fine. Now let's come to this. Say, let's look at nature, harmony in nature. So when we say nature, nature is collection of four orders. Four orders means the collection of units, but they are grouped into four orders. So when we say four orders, what are they? One is physical order, second is pranic order, third is animal order, and fourth is human order. So am I missing anything from this list? Anything you feel, no, it is not part of this list, we are missing? So all four parts orders are there: physical, pranic, animal, and human. So physical order, what is there? Soil, water, metals, minerals, etc. They belong to physical order. And pranic order, we have plants and trees. And animal order, we have animals, birds, insects, they belong to animal order. And the last one is human order, that is human beings belong to human order. Now let's look at how they are interacting with each other. So let me take first three orders, and human beings I'll put later. So first three orders, if I take, they are interacting with each other in a manner in which they are mutually fulfilling and mutually enriching. Mutual fulfillment is taking place and mutual enrichment is taking place. Now what is this mutual fulfillment and enrichment? Let's take physical order and pranic order. So take a seed. If I put sow it in soil and give proper environment, water, everything, then a plant comes up and becomes bigger and becomes a big tree. Now because of the presence of tree, soil is getting benefit or not? If you look at it, obviously you say yes, soil is getting benefit. And because of presence of soil, tree is getting benefit or not? Definitely it is getting benefit. So that means there is a enriching relationship between physical order and pranic order. And at the same time, pranic order and animal order, if you look at, animal order is enriching pranic order, as well as pranic order is enriching animal order. And animal and physical order is also same relationship. So proper symbiotic relationship. So there is a word in Hindi, it's called avartanshil. Avartanshil. In avartanshil means two parties which are involved get enriched in that mutual interaction. Now I will bring human being. Now human being is getting benefit from physical order, getting benefit from pranic order, getting benefit from animal order. All three orders are helping for human beings' survival. Now, what human being is giving back to these orders in return? What is that? Is it enriching or is it in a degrading manner? That's the question. Now, what do you say? We are enriching physical order, we are enriching pranic order, we are enriching animal order, or our interaction with these three orders is towards degradation. Yeah, what's the opinion? Yeah, so I'm seeing.
Can I say something?
Yeah. No?
Sir, no, it has been experienced, human being, by and large, we are selfish. And many a times, we are just looking at ourselves, and in a process, we are harming. It could be, pranic, or it could be, physical, or even to the extent, we are harming even animal. Just for,
Yeah.
my own selfish kind of motive.
Yeah, that's nicely said, sir. So human being has potential to contribute in a much better manner than any of these orders. But at the same time, human being is not able to coexist with fellow human being. That is the biggest problem. Okay, forget about these other three orders. So other three orders will come later. We are not able to coexist with other fellow human being. That is much bigger issue. And surprisingly, education is not addressing this one. Education is not addressing this one. So when we call ourselves as educators and we are taking away like very important 20 years from human beings life, 20 years we are taking as a educational institution, all put together, academics, right from nursery, LKG, UKG up to graduation, and then later maybe higher studies, all those things put together, 20 years. So collectively we need to think about where we are doing mistake. If each one of us feels that it is not my responsibility, then what will happen? So that is what I'm trying to put. Now let's come to what is the conduct of these four orders in nature. Okay, conduct of four orders in nature. All units around us exhibit definite conduct except human being. So conduct of material order is based on what? Conduct of material order based on constitution or composition. We are sure about it. Say conduct of hydrogen, conduct of oxygen, conduct of say nitrogen, conduct of say anything, any material you take, it's fixed. And why it is fixed? Because it is based on its constitution. Let's look at conduct of pranic order, plants, trees. The conduct of pranic order is decided or based on seed. The moment we know seed and we know the environment, we know what is the conduct, and there is no change in the conduct. There is no change in the conduct. Next is animal order. When it comes to animal order, okay, I've written cow, buffalo, tiger, lion, whatever you want, you can write. Conduct of animal order is based on its breed. So breed is deciding conduct of animal order, seed is deciding conduct of pranic order, constitutional composition is deciding conduct of material order. So when three orders conduct is fixed and definite, how about conduct of human being? Question number one is whether it should be definite or not. Number two, if it is definite, on what it should be dependent. What will decide conduct of human beings? Yeah. Any opinions, any comment you can make? Conduct of human being should be definite or should be indefinite?
It is indefinite.
It is indefinite,
Yeah,
but I'm asking it what it should be.
Because I think human, if you given an issue or a problem, I think the human mind will think in 1,000 ways. There is no order for thinking of the human being. It may be the major cause for this.
Yeah, exactly, sir. What I'm trying to extract from the audience is, suppose say you are behaving nicely with your family members. Okay, let us take that. So we should expect that you should behave nicely, or one day you should behave nicely, one day you should not behave nicely. Is that our expectation is for the definite behavior?
Sir, man behaves according to its circumstance.
Expectation is definite behavior.
Yeah, so now, no, according to its circumstances. So when we are saying that according to its circumstances, now what is happening is, whatever circumstances are there, we will behave like that. Is it like that? Are we TV, like when somebody presses remote and we will play that music? Or there should be something of our own?
Sir, I think human beings' conduct is based on their need.
Okay, so now who will decide that need?
The needs are individual specific, society specific, culture specific, and they are changing.
Yeah, so actually what I'm trying to come to is human beings' conduct is decided by education and sanskar. Education and sanskar. Education decides that conduct. Okay, so if a person is educated, conduct will be definite. If a person is not educated, I don't mean here literacy. Literacy is not the point. Education. And what is the meaning of sanskar? Sanskar is the practice of education. So I'm using just, but by not having a proper word to place there. So it's in Telugu we say chaduvu samskaramu. Chaduvu samskaramu is the basis for human beings' conduct. It is acharana. In Hindi it's called acharan. So acharana, manishi yokka acharana chaduvu samskaram paina depend ayi untundi. Okay. So it's education and sanskar. Now the question is, now if a person after receiving 20 years of education, what is that getting reflected? Now let me show in the problems and its classifications. Okay. So before that, please give your opinion. Say when a person is going to school, college and all that for about 20 years, and after going through this one, what kind of person is coming to society? Please tell me. A person with full clarity or confused person? Confused person is coming from the system after 20 years, or a person with full clarity. What is that? Confused. So I'm getting those opinions in the chat box. Confused. Now, what kind of confusion?
Confused.
Two major confusions are there. Two major confusions. Number one is what job to do, don't know. Number two, what should be the salary? What should be the salary? Yeah, another one is who am I? So these kind of things are there. Now, can anybody tell what should be the salary of a person who studied for 20 years and graduated? What should be the salary, rough salary, you tell me, to start with? Not clear objectives, yeah. Right, what should be the salary of a person?
Sir, I feel the salary of a person should be sufficient so as to meet all his needs, but at the same time not so much that salary is measured only in monetary values. I feel a person should be happy with what he or she earns.
Yeah, no, madam, let us take some numbers. Say somebody graduated and he or she got 50,000 per month. Will that be okay or not?
So for a beginner, I feel 50,000 per month would be quite okay. But
Okay,
for a person,
I'm starting from there. So somebody got 50,000 per month, right? And then this person is going to job for 1 year. Every month he got 50,000 per month. And after 1 year, there should be increment to salary or not?
There should be, sir. I feel there should be.
Yeah, I'm just taking hypothetical example. So this person, the person went to his boss and requested, sir, I have been working since the last 1 year. Can you give increment to me? So boss said, yes, I will give you increment. You indicate how much percentage you want. So now this 50,000 per month he is getting, this person. What percentage would be appropriate? Can we ask 10%, 15%? What will be appropriate increment? 20%?
Sir, I think we have to be a little realistic over here. If you ask directly for a 20% increase in salary, I don't think anybody would just directly give that much of a hike.
This is anyway hypothetical example. You tell some
Yeah.
number. 10%? 10?
Okay, so maybe 10 to 12.
Okay, 10 to 12. Okay, let us start from there. So, no, your higher number, 12% is good number. Let me take that. Okay. So, this person wrote an application and requested for 12% increment and gave it to boss. Boss looked at the work of that person, was very much pleased with the work, and management has raised not 12% but 15%. So, now what will happen? Will this person be happy or unhappy?
Yes, I feel he would be motivated to work further because he got more than what he expected.
Yeah, good, nice. Let us start from there. So this person got 15% increment, more than requested. Now, next day, he came to know that his other colleague got 25% increment. What will happen?
Sir, then he will feel discouraged because there is no pay parity then.
That is the point I am trying to make now. What is happening is, Now the increment is not dependent on his decision, but what is happening outside. You understood the point?
Yes, sir, I understood.
Now I want to make a statement here. I request everyone to listen to this carefully. Okay, education should lead us towards freedom or towards bondage. This is the question. Education should lead us towards freedom, taking our own decisions, or bondage, that means dependent on what is happening in the surrounding environment. Without any reason, I want more than the other person.
Freedom.
So now presently the problem is what I am getting affected by my surrounding environment. I am not able to take my decisions freely. That is the current education. There is a bug, there is a virus inside me which is not letting me think freely. What I want, I am not able to think freely. What others have. Is this 20 years of education? So now if the person is, next year if you ask the same person how much increment you want, this person is totally confused. Okay, whatever I ask, other person will get more than me. So now he will say that more than the other person. That is the reason why we are not able to tell directly how much salary you want. I don't know. That is the question. That is the answer. And the student is getting trained between so many people like this. His or her parents are in this trouble. Teachers are in this trouble. We ourselves are not able to decide what should be our own salary. So when a teacher is not able to decide salary, when a parent is not able to decide his or her salary, how can children will be ready to decide their own salary? So problem is in us right now. So now if that is the case, what will happen to society? Now you can see, I am now classifying that. So at personal levels, these problems are there. Loneliness, boredom, purposelessness, lack of clarity. Now here I would like to elaborate this word clarity. What does clarity mean? If I take any decision and I know the outcome of it before, that means I am clear. I take a decision but I don't know what will be the outcome, that means I am unclear. That is lack of clarity. And lack of self-confidence, inferiority is there. And these things are leading towards interpersonal issues. Now we don't know how to handle the opinion and absence of shared goals. Okay, so we may have departmental goals, we may have institute goals, but senior most faculty members are fighting with each other as a difference of opinion. That is a problem. And two departments may be not, department heads may not be cooperating with each other, where institute goals will go. So it is a interpersonal problems are affecting, lack of trust, jealousy. Then these things are leading towards societal issues. In society, big issues are there. What is that? As a country, as a whole world, we have not yet sorted out poverty issue. We have not yet sorted out injustice issue and exploitation issue. So a lot of things are happening. And then major thing is environmental level, very big, two big problems. That is on one side pollution, on the other side resource depletion. So now these problems, please tell me, and as days are passing, these problems are increasing or decreasing?
Increasing, sir.
Increasing, sir, definitely.
Now, education is contributing towards increasing these problems or towards reducing these problems?
Towards increasing the problem.
So that means what? Actual solution should come from the teacher. Only 3 people can set these rights. Only 3 people. Number 1 is 3 people means mother, father, and teacher. These are the 3 people. If these 3 people are determined to solve this problem, it can be sorted out. It cannot be sorted out with Prime Minister, President, Chief Minister. No one can solve this problem. It is 3 people, mother, father, and teacher. So now we are teachers. So let us take that responsibility. And if we don't feel that it is our responsibility, then it is better to take side and don't be in this profession at all. Because we need people in this profession who take this as a important responsibility to generate manpower for future generations. Okay, so now my proposal number 1. I'll keep on giving some for like 5-6 proposals. Please think about it. Okay, and the other slides are just for explanation or making a point. But these 6 proposals are very important. So orders in nature are in coexistence. Orders in nature are in coexistence except human being. This is proposal. Now, if we reflect on that, so except human being, all three orders are coexisting. Conduct of physical, pranic and animal order is definite. Conduct of human being is not definite, but it should be decided by, it can be fixed by giving proper education and sanskar. Education and sanskar. So now who is responsible for ensuring this education and sanskar? Parents responsible, teachers or academic institutions responsible, society responsible, government, or all the above? In fact, all the above, everyone is responsible, but we need to do our job in a proper manner. We need to do our job in a proper manner. Now let me come to, when I said this education and sanskar, let me elaborate this process of education and sanskar. This is very important slide. I request all to focus on this one. When I say education and sanskar has three stages in it, three stages. First and second stage I wrote in one block, that is imitation and follow. So that in Hindi equivalent words are there, anukaran and anusaran. Anukaran and anusaran. In Telugu also anukaranamu, anusaranamu, but we don't use these words regularly. So anukaran and anusaran. Simple meaning of anukaran is imitation. Anusaran is to follow. So what is imitation? Simple example, say my mother tongue is Telugu, and if I speak Telugu at home, my children will pick up Telugu, that's all. That is imitation. And then slowly after some time they try to learn the language and they listen to others and then they follow it. That is the second stage. Those two stages are there. Then comes the third stage. That is Anushasan or discipline. So for this one, let me take an example. Say when we are at say younger age, maybe very young age, at say child or infant age. So we were asked to brush our teeth. One example I am taking, hypothetical, not real example, only you can relate to your own life or maybe your children's life. So we were asked to brush our teeth. We don't know why we are brushing our teeth. Okay, maybe at the age of say 1.5. Okay. Now what you will do? Suppose say you are asking your children to brush their teeth and they are not doing. What options you have? What options you have? Can somebody tell? If you are asking your children, your son or daughter to brush her teeth, daughter to brush her teeth, and she is not brushing.
अनुशासन रहेगा सर, अनुशासन.
Motivation, show, explain. Okay. Now, please remember, she is at 1.5 year age. How you will motivate? 1.5 year age.
We will involve in doing the same thing, but I think we will brush their tooth.
We will, and they will follow us. We will show them.
Yeah, when you have time, you will do that, but when you don't have time, what you do? When you don't have time, what happens is, like maybe wife and husband fight with each other. This is my duty, not my duty. This is your duty. You do it like that. So, so many issues will come. But actually, what I am trying to tell is, it is not that easy. So when children don't want to do or they are not doing it, okay. So like one example, say for my son, I went to market and purchased a new brush and colorful toothpaste, and I gave it to my son. He took the paste and licked the paste, brush and licked the paste. After 2-3 days, it's over. He's not doing. He's just resisting, crying. What do we do? So actually, what we do is either we give chocolate, biscuit, shout at them, slap. So many things we do. Right? So that is Anushasan. So Anushasan is always under these two boundaries. Either attraction of reward we give or fear of punishment we give. Anushasan is that. We put that. Say class attendance is that only. Class attendance. Attendance in the class. You are marking absent, present, all these things. Right? So we are trying to put in some boundary to for children or people who are growing up. So either we give attraction of reward or fear of punishment, but put that into practice. Now we are all grown up children and we are doing brushing, we brush our teeth every day. Right? Now you tell me, Because we have practiced, we are doing, or why we are doing? We are doing, definitely we are brushing our teeth, all of us. So why we are doing that? Why we are doing every day?
Force of habit. It's become a habit.
Oh, no, is it because of habit we are brushing our teeth or something else?
No, because we are aware. That's a good thing to do.
So, no, is there any health reason connected to it or just a habit?
It's beneficial to us.
Exactly. So we understood the benefit of it, right? We understood that. So that when we understood, there is no pressure on us. Nobody is pressurizing us to do brush our teeth. So that is called Swa Anushasan or self-discipline. So discipline got converted into self-discipline. Now, discipline to self-discipline, there are three stages. Actually, this is the pedagogy of education, actually. Discipline got converted into self-discipline. There are three stages in it. Number one is learning by doing. Second stage is understanding after learning. Third stage is doing with understanding. So learning by doing, understanding after learning, doing with understanding. So करके सीखो, सीखने के बाद समझो, समझ के करो. These are the three points. करके सीखो, सीख के समझो, समझ के करो. So whatever we do with understanding, the end result is happiness. Okay, happiness, harmony. It is free. We are free. Freedom is there. Swatantra. Nobody is forcing us to brush our teeth. We are doing on our own. So when we are doing things on our own, we are in harmony, we are happy, so many things are happening. Now there are many tasks or many works in a day where we are not happy while doing it. We are not happy. So that means there is no happiness in doing some things. So when there is no happiness, that means we are not doing that work, okay, with understanding. So we are doing with that work without understanding it. That is the problem. Okay, then the next one is like when this is there, so it should be, we will be doing work in discipline only. So now if somebody is pressurized to do something, either by giving attraction of reward or fear of punishment, it won't last for a long time. Then slowly that slips into avashasan, that is called indiscipline. So there are so many things which follows after avashasan. Avashasan se virod se droh, vidroh, sangarsh, vinash, all these things are there, but finally leading towards unhappiness. Okay, I'm not going into those details. So indiscipline, that is unhappiness. That means what? Paratantra. On the left side it is swatantra. On this side it is paratantra. So let me put these three blocks. Block A, block B, block C. Now block A is discipline block, block B is self-discipline block, block C is indiscipline block, avashasan or paratantra. Now please tell me, where is the society right now? Where do you see society right now? Where do you see especially students right now? In which block they are? A, B, C? Which block?
C, sir. C.
Yeah, in C block. More of unhappiness everywhere. Now tell me where they should be.
B. In B block.
B block.
Okay. Now when we say that our children and students should be in B block, who should be there first?
The teachers, parents.
Yeah, exactly. If teachers and parents are there, it is very easy for us to bring students and next generation to B block. Otherwise, if teachers are there in A block or C block, it is impossible to bring next generation to B block. It is not possible. And we are struggling like that. When we are not there in B block, we started correcting the next generation. So it is we who need to understand these things first to make our life comfortable first. The moment that happens, then we can easily guide next generation to this B block. So that is very important. And let me give you one example how to come to this B block in academics itself. Let me give. So values I can talk later, but just one second. Let me come to that. Just one second. Now, as a teacher, this is an like a suggestion kind of thing. Say when we go to class, so what happens is usually class I'm dividing into three sections. Like say group 1, group 2, and group 3. So group 1 are say very intelligent and smart students are there. They don't need our class actually. They can study by themselves. They are usually 10 to 15% of students. If I take 100 students class, and then say group 2, which is notorious. Whatever you do, they don't study. That is the second group. Okay. Yeah. So now these two groups are there. That is also 10 to 15%. And then there is a third group, which is average kind of student. They need my class. I mean, they need our class. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, when you enter the class, all three are sitting at a time. Now, when you start talking to, giving lecture, suddenly this smart student or intelligent student puts a question, and then like we have not given a satisfactory answer. Then what happens? This so-called notorious student they take charge over the class, or they start shouting, clapping, whistling. So many things happen. And then entire energy of teacher drains in controlling the class. So then when teacher comes out completely exhausted after 1 hour of class, that is what is happening, and I've heard this in many places. This is happening. So how do we handle this situation? It is very easy for teacher to handle this situation if he or she is determined to handle this one. So for that, I am giving you some kind of a process or procedure and advice, whatever you want, you can take it in that manner. Now, whatever we see, whatever we listen, or whatever we read, seeing, reading, and listening, these are the only three inputs. There is no other input. These are the three inputs. So if we pay attention to this input, that becomes information inside us. So as a teacher, I have acquired that information. Okay. Now, after that, I have acquired so much information like that. So information is something like a one dot. So we have collected so many dots are there. Now, when we start the process of connecting the dots, that process of connecting the dots is called learning. Learning means connecting the dots. So whatever we already have, we are connecting one thing to the other thing. That is learning. Then when learning matures, when we start connecting many dots, even when there are some gaps, something reflects inside us. So that is the capacity or the potential of human mind. That is called knowledge. So a rough example I'm giving you. Say one dot is here, second dot, third dot, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. I have put some 10, 15 dots like that. So they are arranged in the form of circle. I have not drawn the circle, but I am putting dots like that. The moment I put dots, automatically circle gets reflected inside me. That is the potential of human mind. So that full circle is called knowledge. Now tell me, how many dots are there in circle? How many dots are there in circle? One full circle. How many?
Numerous.
10, 20, 30, 40. How many dots are there? Infinite. So it means what? When I have knowledge, I can generate infinite information. But to reach knowledge, I need learning. So when I continue to learn, then it reflects into knowledge. It matures into knowledge. That is the maturity. So learning leads to knowledge. When I have knowledge, I don't need to remember it. It will be there part and parcel with me. Always. I can never forget that. Never forget that. That is called knowledge. Whatever I can never forget, that is knowledge. Whatever I forget, that is information. So there is no use. If I don't convert that information into learning from there to knowledge, there is no use. It will be there in cache memory for some time, and after that it is over. Means cache memory in computer language I am telling. So after that it is over. I don't use it properly. So I should convert that into knowledge. As a teacher, I should do that. Then there are so many that kind of images are there. Images or circles or whatever images are there. So when somebody is asking me a question, that question is related to a dot. Actually, question means again information packet is a dot. So the dot is like many images or circles or whatever shapes are crossing through the dot. All those things get reflected inside me. That is called intelligence. Intelligence. All the connected things in memory are coming out. That is intelligence. And if we use the knowledge for the benefit of human being, fellow human being and society, that is called wisdom. Now please tell me, as a teacher, where you would like to be in your subject. At the level of information, at the level of learning, at the level of knowledge, intelligence or wisdom. Where you would like to be as a teacher. Wisdom. There is no other choice. Wisdom. So I joined as a faculty, maybe at the age of say 25 years or 26 years. And then I will remain in this field for next 30-40 years. How much time it will take for me to reach the best in the world in that topic? If I want, I can reach within 6 months. Within 6 months, I can reach this level, wisdom level. But unfortunately, what I am doing, okay? So, accept information, learning to wisdom is personal journey. Information comes from outside. Because of the information technology revolution and computer, ICT all put together, world's best information is in our hands right now. World's best information in my subject. So who is stopping? Nobody is stopping except my own lethargy to reach the pinnacle of wisdom. So if I want, I can reach there in my subject. Be it thermodynamics, be it physics, be it like electromagnetism, be it linear algebra, be it any subject. Okay, operations research, management, any subject. I can reach the best in the world if I wish to. Now, once I reach this level, and if I am entering the class, these 3 sets of students are there. Now, that is a management technique. How do we manage the class at that time? Even when we have wisdom, when we have reached that like a peak of the knowledge. Now, the main objective is what? To excite, to inspire the students, average student. That is like third 1, 2, 3 categories I told, the middle one. We have to excite them. Now, the first category student who are smart. So what usually, I'm telling what I do. I'll go and write something and I'll explain briefly about the class in 5 minutes and ask and give a challenging question. So this so-called smart students will be busy in answering that, or they're busy in thinking about that. And then for notorious students, okay, the 10-15%, the syllabus is not inside the class, it's outside the class. Actually, what they are doing in class is the symptom. Actual reason is different. So if I get connected to them, they will never disturb my class. And then now my class is free of this intelligent student and notorious student. They will be present, but they will not disturb. And I can deliver my lecture to this 70% of students. Then every class will be really rewarding experience for me. When I go to class, it is encouraging. When I come out of the class, it is really rewarding because I have been useful to so many people who will be future. So that is what I mean to say. If teacher wants, teacher can do. Now the problem is what why I'm not able to do, because somebody else got bigger room, somebody was given a better table, somebody was given a laptop, somebody was given a phone connection from the institute. All these are not reasons to do something. These are reasons not to do something. Okay, if I want reason to do something, nobody can stop me to learn my subject, to deliver my subject in an efficient manner. Okay, so make sense? Yeah, my proposal number 2 is, education is the basis for human beings' conduct. Now, what is the role of education? The role of education is to facilitate the development of competence to live with definite human conduct. So now what is meaning of definite human conduct? There are 3 things, okay? One is values, second is character, third one is policies. So values, when we interact with other human being, fellow human being. Character, when we interact with society. Policy, when we interact with the rest of the nature, that is 4 orders of the nature. Okay? I'll elaborate on these things a little while later, values, but let me talk about character. So character means there are 2 components are there in the character. Number 1 is how we are earning money, how we are spending money. That is one pillar of character. And the second one is the society accepted married relationship. That is the second pillar of character. Then when we say policy, that is with respect to 4 orders of the nature, that is how we are extracting things from nature, how we are utilizing that. Okay. So I'm just discussing these things briefly, but I'll focus more on values because the topic is on values now. Okay. Now we have, say when I ask, do you have desires? Many people will say, yes, we have desires, and many desires are there. Okay. So let's look at that one. We are putting a lot of effort to become something. So maybe to become doctor and to do service, to get money, to get respect, to be happy and prosperous. To become engineer, make things, get money, get respect, to be happy and prosperous. To become IIT engineer, there is a fever in society that IIT means it's a big thing. So no doubt, good, it is very good thing, but it cannot be a fever. So why we want to get more money, to get more respect, to be happy and prosperous. To become farmer, grow things, get money, get respect, be happy and prosperous. Can you observe in this one what is not changing? Out of all 3 columns, what is not changing?
Happy and prosperous.
Yeah, exactly. So what is that is the basic human goal. Rest all things are steps towards the goal. That is not the goal actually. Now, unfortunately, in education, we have made job as goal. How can job become goal of education? Education should empower student to reach human goal. Now, can anyone tell that they don't want to be happy in this audience? Is there anyone in this audience who can say that they don't want to be harmonious, they don't want to be happy? Check. Is there any person who can say that they don't want to be happy? Okay, and any person who can say that they don't want continuous happiness? You want happiness always, or you want happiness in installments? Say 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, half an hour a day, or every time you want to be happy? Always.
Maybe every time, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Every moment it is continuous. The desire
It's a continuous
for happiness is
process.
continuous. Now, our desire, human desire for happiness is continuous. You may be doing right things, you may be doing wrong things, but human desire for happiness is continuous. And meaning of education is, education must empower us to do right things and become happy. That is education. Okay. And who will do wrong things? People who are educated or people who are not educated? Tell me. What is the expectation from education? To do the right things, to take right decisions, or to take wrong decisions?
CEO and ES and share. Not this one. The main banner.
Sir, today.
Background. Yeah, so education must empower people to take right decisions or wrong decisions.
Sir, it should empower to.
Hello, am I audible? Hello?
Sir, you are audible.
Yes, we are audible, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. I'm sorry to make this comment, but then I'm just wanted to put up my thought.
Yeah.
Actually, education should empower people to take the right decisions and be self-disciplined. But many of them from the education background are taking wrong decisions,
Yes.
following the wrong paths.
Yeah. So that means we teachers are not doing our job properly. We have to set it right. As a teacher, it is my responsibility. If my responsibility to set it right.
So my responsibility is I do it inside my classroom, within my purview of things.
Yeah,
but
that is the only thing we can do.
Yes, but the environment around us is.
No, let's do our bit only. Let's do our bit. Let us not worry about environment.
Thank you, sir.
If we can, we can do our
I think education is not only happening in the classroom, sir. Education should happen everywhere. Means sanskar is there.
No,
It is a part of life.
My request is like, if we can do our bit right, then if all of us do our bit right, then major changes will take place, sir. Presently, what is happening is we are trying to, what is happening is we are identifying the problem, we are analyzing the problem, we are finding the solution, and we are saying somebody else should execute that solution. Why waste time? Why waste our own time? Let me decide what I can do. Let me not waste my time in what I cannot do. That is important. I'll give you one example. From my own life. I'll give you. That is, say this in 2005 I attended this workshop like you are attending now. I attended this workshop. It was for 8 days actually. And after that, I thought that this is very important content, and this I must it should reach many more people. So then I decided that I'll do this work. Okay, it took some time for me to grasp the fundamentals of this one and do some practice, and then after that I started talking. Now, first time when I received an invitation from some place to deliver this lecture. So, if I ask my institute, I want to conduct a 3-day workshop outside on human values. Can you give me on-duty leave? Now tell me, is it possible for a management to give me on-duty leave for 3 days and I am a civil engineer working in earthquake engineering area? They will not give, definitely. So what I did was I made a calculation. So I have 12 casual leaves, 18 service leaves, and we can take 1 Saturday off in a month. So that means 42 leaves I have in my hand. So what I decided is, this I am telling in 2005. So I decided that half of that, 50% of that I will contribute to society, 50% to my family. 21 days, 21 leaves to my family, 21 leaves to society. And coupled with some holidays and some Sundays, I could able to conduct a 3-day workshop once in a month without asking anybody. I did that for 2 years. In fact, I drove my car and I reached almost all 23 districts in Andhra Pradesh. At that time it was united. 23 districts. 2 times I went around. And I conducted for 2 years. And then positive feedback came from those colleges to our college. Wherever our deans visited, director visited, they started talking about something good. So then IIIT decided to start a human values cell. Now you tell me who will be the obvious coordinator or head of that cell? They made me, and after that I am on duty everywhere. So if I had put this condition that in 2005 you have to give me on duty leave, I would have failed. But after doing that for 2 years, I need not ask. So this I have seen, this is one example I am telling, but in many places, if we want to put our energy in the right direction and pursue that and have perseverance with that, in that, automatically boundaries will get erased, and it is workable solution. So please don't wait for anyone. Whatever you feel good, you do it first. When you start doing it, people will come from everywhere, start supporting you, and it will become a movement actually. So that is what happens. So let's not wait for others. Whatever we can do, if we start doing it, things will change. It will take time, but it will change. Yeah. Now there are 2 things in human aspiration. One is understanding of the aspiration. Second is achieving that aspiration by learning skills. What to do, how to do. So presently what is happening is, what to do is missing. Okay. So something like, say, complete school with good marks, get admission in good college, get a degree, get job, lot of money, all that. Life is becoming chaotic like this. Zigzag. In Telugu, we call it as gajbiji. Okay, at the age of 50, 55 or 60, one is not thinking that they are settled. Okay, still I don't know what to do, and we give advice to children that don't become like us, Okay, when somebody is saying don't become like us, is that an answer? We have to say that this you become, like this we should give an example. If we say this is not the right route, we are not giving advice to right route. We have to show right route. So that means what? Right route is that. Identify the goal first. Goal of education is not earning job only. Okay, that is one of the goals. One of the what do you call it? Components. Actual thing is we need to lead a harmonious and happy life. Okay. Proposal number 3. Basic human aspiration is to be happy and prosperous. Okay. Now let us do some reflection on this basic human aspiration. Now check, do you agree with the proposal? Okay.
Agree,
Do you
sir.
want to be happy? Then next is, do you want to be prosperous? I will define this prosperity, okay, a little while later. Now check, are you happy continuously? Are you feeling prosperous? Are you happy continuously? Are you feeling prosperous continuously? Okay, these things you need to reflect. Let me tell the mind the gap. This is the crux actually, mind the gap. Now we need to respect everyone or only few people. We need to respect everyone or only few people. What is the answer?
Everyone, sir.
Okay. Now the question, next question is, are we respecting everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you are respecting everyone around you, then well and good. If you are not respecting, please introspect. What is the reason for not giving respect? Actually, there are many people whom we are not identifying are they are contributing to our life. There are so many people. Okay. Like what will happen is if we start thinking that yes, I need to respect this many people, then we become unconditionally humble. Unconditionally humble. We will never raise our voice on anyone. That is the humbleness we will get. Okay, when we understand this gap. So there is a gap between what we really want and what we currently are. That gap is cause of unhappiness. What we really want and what we currently are. What we really want is to live in alignment with our innate acceptance. To live in alignment with our innate acceptance. Let me give you few examples of this innate acceptance. Please tell me, do you want to be healthy? Do you want to be healthy? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, if I ask the same question after 1 year, will your answer change? Yes, somebody said yes, always.
No.
No, answer won't change. No? You will always say that you want to be healthy, right? Now, if I ask a different person, what will be the answer? Answer will remain same or different answer? Same answer. So this answer is not changing with people. This answer is not changing with location. This answer is not changing with time. Please observe this point. Time invariant, location invariant, person invariant, people invariant. Anything which is invariant with these 3 factors, that is universal. Now, health is universal. Now you understood the value now? Health is universal value. Health is a universal value. Right. Now, in health, there are many components in health. Out of that, I will pick one. Food is one component. Food is one component. Now, in food, there are 2 parts. Number 1 is nutrition. Number 2 is taste. Nutrition is one, taste is second. Two are there. Nutrition is one component, taste is another component. Okay, now which component is directly linked with health? Tell me. Which is linked with health?
Nutrition.
Nutrition. Now, what is our priority in selecting food?
Taste.
That's all. We are not living in alignment with our natural acceptance. You understood the gap?
Both.
Yeah, both, but in what order?
Nutrition first.
Now problem is, madam, this is very, very important. You can see that 20 years of education is not empowering us to decide what is nutritious to us. We don't have enough knowledge to decide what should be on our plate today. We don't have enough knowledge to decide what should be on our plate today. Taste is deciding factor. Taste is becoming deciding factor. If we look at clearly, taste is becoming deciding factor, nutrition is becoming secondary. Sometimes nutrition is ignored completely. Nutrition is ignored. That is the problem of education right now. So if we as a change makers, if we as a visionaries think about this one and bring this back in our practice and take it to the next generation, then magic will be created. Otherwise, it will not survive. Okay, taste will become dominated, completely dominated, nutrition will go down completely. This is the problem. So we are not living in alignment with our innate acceptance. That is becoming the reason for unhappiness. To start with us. Okay. Now another example I give you. When we are at home, what kind of dress we would like to wear? Most comfortable dress or most attractive dress? At home.
Comfortable.
Yeah, when we are going out to a function, to a party, to college or somewhere, what is happening?
Attractable.
Now tell me, who is getting attracted by seeing your dress every day? No one. No one is getting attracted. People are related to you by your behavior, not by your dress, by your car, by your house. No, they are related to you by your behavior, and you are related to other people by their behavior. But unfortunately, there is a bug or virus sitting inside us. Virus sitting in. I feel better is not a problem, sir. You feel better. That is not at all a problem. Okay, not at all a problem. As long as you feel that I feel better if I wear a nice dress, that is comfortable. No issue at all in that. My question is not on that. My question is, there is some element of attraction. There is some element of recognition by the dress. Then we are doomed. Our salaries won't be enough for us if that is the case. Okay, to live in alignment with our innate acceptance is happiness. So this is what is required. And to live in contradiction with our innate acceptance is unhappiness. Okay, now let me show some at different levels what is happening. At the level of individual, what is innately acceptable? Happiness, clarity, peace, satisfaction, and health. And what is not acceptable? Lack of clarity, dissatisfaction, ill health. At the level of family, mutual happiness, harmony is acceptable, and not acceptable, conflicts, misunderstanding, etc. At the level of society, fearlessness, prosperity, peace is acceptable. And at the level of society, what is not acceptable? Fear, exploitation, corruption. At the level of nature, what is acceptable? Coexistence. What is not acceptable? Resource depletion and pollution. So all these green things are desirable, and all these red things are prevailing things. Now please check where education is contributing right now to increasing the red color thing or bringing red color to green color thing. Yeah, this is a very big question, and because society is a measure of teacher, or teacher. Society is a measure of teacher. Society is a measure of academic institution. Actually, academic institution is parent of society. Like children have parents, academic institution is parent of society. Academic institution is parent. And who is the central pillar of academic institution? Teacher. So if teacher is in green color, society will be in green color. If teacher is in red color, society will be in red color. Now as a teacher, where do I stand? I stand in green color, then automatically society. Proof is that society, people around me will be in green color. Okay, so people around me in red color, that means I am in red color. So this is what I need to self-reflect. It is not possible that I am in green color, people around me are in red color. It is impossible. It is impossible. So I need to now do self-introspection, do introspection and see what is happening. Because teacher is a multiplier. Teacher is a multiplier. So because whatever I have, I am giving it to 100 students in 1 year, 200 students next year, 300 students. That means as a year passes, I am adding people. And whatever clarity I have, I am adding that clarity to next generation. And if I have confusion, that confusions are getting multiplied. I cannot say that I have clarity, but it is getting translated into confusion means what? Then what is the value of my doing that job? So this is the point of self-reflection as a teacher. We need to think about this one. So now proposal number 4. To live in harmony is the innate acceptance of every human being. To live in harmony is innate acceptance. Now, do we want to be in harmony? Check. Do we want to be in harmony? Yes, no. Yes. No, many times it happens that, say for example, this lecture or any lecture you say. So when institute announces the lecture, then we don't know whether to listen, not to listen, whether to listen, not to listen. And after sitting in the class, we don't know. Listen, not listen, listen, not listen. So that means what is happening? Wherever we are not there 100%. Wherever we are not there 100%. Okay. And same is true with next generation, and they have many more distractions than us. If we are not able to show what is the meaning of paying attention to anything for long duration, what is the meaning of sincerity? Okay, what they will learn, what next generation will learn? They will learn disharmony. Okay, if you practice harmony you will achieve. You practice disharmony you will achieve. Okay, and if you want harmony in us, do you want harmony in your family or not? Do you want your family to be in harmony?
Yes. Yes.
Do you want society to be in peace?
Yes.
And do you want coexistence in the order of nature?
Yes.
Okay, now this is another important slide. Okay, if possible, you may take screenshot. After that, I'll send anyway this presentation to all of you. So let's take, say, the first one, the money, the salary example I gave. No? How much salary you want, people are not able to decide. Now, I'm not saying live with less money. Let us take two families. One family is rich family, another family is normal but well-to-do. Normal family, another one is rich family, rich and normal. So where we see the differences between these two families? Rich family will have a big house. Normal family may have 2-bedroom rented flat. Rich family will have maybe 3-4 cars. Normal family may not have car. Okay, maybe bike only. Rich family may have a lot of gadgets. Normal family may not have that many gadgets. But can we say that rich family is always happy, normal family is not happy? Can we say that?
No,
not at all.
We cannot say. So what richness is doing? Richness is adding to physical facilities, but having more facilities need not necessarily ensure more happiness. But then why there is a big race for earning more and more money? There is a bug. We have to remove that bug. Bug is money equal to happiness. That is the problem. Now, what facilities can do to us? Whatever facility we have, whatever physical facility, the definition of physical facility means anything which is measurable. Length, breadth, height, weight, thickness. Anything which is measurable is the requirement of body. Anything which is non-measurable is a requirement of self. And human being is coexistence of self and body. This is the crux of the entire presentation, entire lecture. Crux is this one. Anything which is physical is the requirement of body. Anything which is physical is non-physical is the requirement of self. Unfortunately, we are mixing these two requirements. Okay, education is not able to differentiate between these two requirements. If we give that kind of education to children, to be able to differentiate between these two, and then they will lead a very, very happy, prosperous, rich life. But we have to exhibit this one in our life. That is the main thing. So, you take physical facility, any physical facility, that means measurable. Anything which is measurable, anything which is physical is a physical facility. It is a requirement of body. Now, physical facility has a limitation. What are the limitations of that? It can nurture our body, it can protect our body, it can make right utilization of our body. We can make right utilization of our body using physical facility. But unfortunately, we are thinking that unfortunately, there is a illusion or confusion that physical facilities will make us happy. No, they will never make us happy. They will give excitement. If you buy a new car, you are excited. If you buy a new mobile phone, you are excited. If you buy a new house, you are excited. Why I am saying excitement? Because this excitement die out. You purchased a car, maybe branded car, and then you are excited for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 10 days, 1 year. After that, do you carry the same level of happiness on the first day till today? Yes, tell me, is it happening?
No, sir.
Not happening. But we were dying to buy that car. We were dying to buy that house, thinking that all things will be settled after that. Nothing. And some of us may feel that if we get promoted, we will be happy. Okay. Some of us may be thinking that if we get a PhD, we will be happy. Okay. All these things are required. I am not undermining their value. No, they are important. But don't associate happiness with that. Happiness is an altogether different ballgame. But unfortunately, we are associating a mobile phone with happiness, a dinner with happiness, a house with happiness, a car with happiness. No, these are not the items for happiness. They are all utility items. And all these utility items are belonging to the body category, not in self category. But unfortunately, we are not empowering students to set right their columns. Left side column, physical. Right side column, non-physical. So if I say, if I ask you to list your desires, okay, you can make this exercise. Write down all your desires. Okay. Then maybe say car, promotion, this, that. You do that first. Write down the list. Second is separate them physical, non-physical. You ask this question to yourself. Physical, non-physical. So anything which is physical, put in this body column. Anything which is non-physical, put in the self column. Tell me, satisfaction, is it physical or non-physical?
Non-physical.
Non-physical. Who requires it, self or body?
Self.
Self. Happiness, whose requirement, self or body?
Self.
Okay, now food.
Body.
Because it is physical. But unfortunately, we want food in self's category. That is the problem. Car. Physical or non-physical?
Physical.
Whose requirement?
Body.
But now we are putting a self there. I want this branded car, that branded car. Right. We are confused. Confusion is there. So I am not saying don't buy car. That is not the point. Don't associate happiness with that. Don't ever give dream to your children or your family members that when we buy car, we will be happy. Don't ever tell that. You say that we can go comfortably to other place. That is all. That's all you can do.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, is not body itself?
Which one?
Body.
The body.
You were telling.
Self is in charge.
Body means the self.
Self is in charge of body, not body.
How can you distinguish between the two?
Body recognizes and fulfills, but self takes decision.
But body also induced me to take decision.
Body by itself will not take any decision, sir. It recognizes and fulfills. It is a matter. It is matter. It recognizes and fulfills. But self takes decision. Say example I'll give you. Say a needle is there and I pierce that needle in your body. Okay. So maybe you are not well and I pierced it, injection, and you know that your body is not well, or maybe you have some fever or something. I am a doctor, you came to me, I gave you injection. Then that is comfortable, no problem is not there. So when injection pressure is enough, body will take it, it will go inside. Now you are walking on the road, suddenly some stranger comes and puts a needle inside your body. What will happen? You will be comfortable like you are with doctor, or you will fight with that person?
I will fight.
Your body has not reacted. When doctor pierced injection, it went inside. When stranger put the needle, it went inside. Body has not reacted. You reacted. So body recognizes and fulfills. That's all. But self by knowing the situation, it acts, reacts, so many things it does. That is the difference between body and self. So self is there, body is there, coexistence is human being. So the main problem is to make self in harmony, there is something else. But unfortunately, we are putting all things of body into the self category, thinking that it will be comfortable. Suppose somebody is thinking that if they become HOD, they will become happy. There are many HODs lying in the same college. Check whether they are happy after becoming HOD. It's not all our energy we are putting to become HOD or principal, and check that what is happening. So money gives physical facilities. Physical facilities are required only for three things: nurturing our body, protecting our body, right utilization of body. Poshana, Samrakshana, Sadupyogam. These are the three things. శరీరాన్ని పోషించుకోవడానికి, శరీరాన్ని రక్షించుకోవడానికి, శరీరాన్ని సదుపయోగించుకోవడానికి మనకు భౌతిక సౌకర్యాలు కావాలి. If you understand this one, many 90 more than 90% of problems will be sorted out. Now continuation of this one is prosperity.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yes, sir.
One question.
Yes, sir.
So between that continuum of body and self, doesn't food and sex comes in between? Not on the either side, I feel.
What, sir?
No, food and sex comes in the middle between body and self, or it is body.
I think if we divide that in objectively, what happens is physical things comes at the level of body, non-physical things comes at the level of self. And if you want satisfaction from physical things, it cannot be continuous. I'll give you a link. I'll give you an example for that. Let us take, like if I give example of sex, it is difficult because it is difficult to take in this larger audience. Let me give a simple example to make the concept clear. Let us take, say, gulab jamun. Okay, it's a physical thing. Gulab jamun, physical thing. So assume that there is a bowl of gulab jamuns. There are, say, 200 gulab jamuns kept in front of you, kept in front of everyone, and you are asked to take. Okay, how many you can take, sir? How many you can consume?
3 max.
Yeah. So first one, when you lift that and take it, actually what is happening is your body is consuming gulab jamun, right? Your body is taking it.
Yes.
Taste is an information which is going from body to self. Taste is only information, actually. Taste is information which is going from body to self. What self has told to body is instruction, take one more. That's why you have taken second. Then again you felt okay. You passed the information went to self, and self has taken decision to take third. Fourth. Now to continue this one, to complete 200, actually 3 components are required. 3 conditions are necessary. Number 1, there must be enough gulab jamuns. Number 2, your stomach should be able to consume that many. Number 3, feeling of eating gulab jamun must continue. Feeling of eating gulab jamun must continue. Now please tell me, which one of these 3 conditions will die out first?
Taste.
Last one, feeling of eating gulab jamun.
Feeling, sir. Feeling of eating gulab jamun will die out first. Why? Because that feeling is associated with sensual pleasure. That feeling is associated with sensual pleasure. Any feeling associated with sensual pleasure cannot continue for a long time. Okay, it passes through four stages. First, we feel necessary. Second, we feel unnecessary but still tasty. Third, we feel taste has changed. Fourth is not tolerable. Four stages are there. Necessary, unnecessary, taste changes, not tolerable. So any enjoyment we derive from sensual pleasure. Okay, any enjoyment we derive from sensual pleasure cannot be continuous, including sex. Okay, because it is derived from the physical entity. That is the main problem. So self cannot be contained in that happiness. Self needs much more thing than that. Okay, I am not saying that these things are useless or not necessary. No, they cannot be performed for the very reason of becoming happy. Okay, there is a, what you call, purpose behind all these things. Okay, why we are eating food? It's not for becoming happy. Becoming happy is an incentive, but for becoming healthy, we are eating food. Like that, for every act, whenever we are associated with the physical entity, there is a purpose. So education is meant for empowering person to know that purpose. But unfortunately, we are not able to understand it. We are not able to convey it to next generation. That is the reason why all the material things are becoming objects of sensual gratification, including other gender. That is the problem. That's why so many problems are there in society right now. And all these problems can be set right by a teacher.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I think it's like when we make our goal as something which is person or something, then we are into the wrong path. The goal has to be always something abstract. I think.
Universal, madam. Universal. No, real, not abstract. Real.
Yes.
Real, nothing abstract here. Real. You check within yourself, you want to be happy or unhappy, unconditionally check.
Yes, sir. Happy.
And for that happiness, we are doing so many things, but that is not giving us happiness, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means what? Our education should empower us to decide what will give me happiness for long time and for continuous.
Yes, sir.
That is what 20 years person is investing. 20 years people are investing for the same thing. Okay, don't you think we are responsible for the 20 years?
Yes, sir, very much. Yes.
That is why for teachers these things are responsible. If we understand this, we will multiply ourselves. Actually, teacher is a multiplying person. Okay, now let me come to this important thing, prosperity. Prosperity means it is a feeling of having more than required physical facilities. Sentence has two statements in it, profound statements. One statement is identification of requirements. Okay, identification. I can never identify my requirement if I don't have right understanding. And what is the right understanding? In the previous slide I told, to be able to differentiate between need of body and need of self. What is need of body? Anything which is physical. What is need of self? Anything which is non-physical. If I am able to differentiate that, my life's problems will be sorted out. Life's problems will be sorted out. Please try to understand this point. So identification of requirement with right understanding. When I identify, then I can have more than that. For that I can put all my effort. Without identifying, I keep on putting effort, I will never reach the goal. The current problem is that. I'll give one example to make this concept clear. Say I am 5 feet 10 inch tall. Now what should be my bed size? It should be bigger than my size or not checked. Suppose say if I get say 6 feet bed, it is very good. If I get say 7 feet bed, it is very, very good. If I get 9 feet bed, very nice, luxury. But if I want a bed size bigger than somebody else's bed, then I am doomed. Right? So that is very important. So what I need to fix is what is my requirement. Presently what is happening, my requirements are getting fixed by seeing others. That is not education. So I have to decide what I want. If I have decided what I want, then I can earn more than that. But if I keep on thinking that they have this, now if we check, so many requirements of us are coming like that. So a person not able to fix what he or she wants can never have more than that. Something like say this bottle. I want to fill this bottle and there is no base. When there is no base, how much water I should pour? To fill this bottle? I can never fill this bottle. So this base comes with education. This education is base. Then I know I can fill this with say half a liter and after that it overflows. That overflow is called prosperity. So lack of prosperity leads to deprivation. Deprivation leads to exploitation. Now let me give an example here. Here another thing is I am not telling you or anyone to live with less physical facilities or be satisfied with what you have. That is not at all my point. I am asking you, find out what you want. If you want say 3 cars, work hard, get money, buy 3 cars. But there are 2 conditions to it. Number 1 condition, don't cry when somebody is having 5 cars. That is first condition. Second condition is what? You must use all 3 cars. Unfortunately, there are lots and lots of facilities we have at home, but we don't use them. What is the meaning of that? The clear word for that is called exploitation. Whom we are exploiting? You may say that no, I am not exploiting everyone. This is my hard-earned money. No, we are exploiting nature. There is a product which is ready. I gave money and I purchased it. It is with me and I don't use them and I don't use it. That means I am exploiting. Whom I am exploiting? Nature. This knowledge we have to give it to next generation. Leave that knowledge, pass it on to next generation. If we don't use a facility, we have no right to keep it with us. It must go to a person who uses that. Okay, let me give you one statistics. A country with 4.5% of world's population is using 40% of world's resources. And unknowingly, we stamp the country as a fully developed country. Okay, so it is we who need to change the mindset, who need to change the indicators of development. Then definitely things will change. Who has to plant this in the next generation? It is we as a teacher should show right direction. Our next generation has lot of energy. Direction is the problem, and direction giver is already in wrong direction. Then where is the rescue? So rescue is teacher, teacher, teacher. So if I understand, if I leave values, okay, automatically it may take some time, but people around me will slowly get aligned. It is something like a magnet. The moment you become magnet, all these iron filings will get attracted towards you. We cannot say that I am magnet, nobody is getting attracted towards me. It is against principle, against the law of nature. If we start understanding it, if we start living that, it goes to next generation. First of all, our family members will be positively affected by it, and our students will be positively affected by it, and our colleagues will be positively affected by it. Thereby the chain goes. A prosperous person thinks of right utilization and nurtures the other person. A deprived person thinks of accumulation and exploitation of the other person. Okay, richness means is not accumulation. Okay, prosperity means not accumulation. Prosperity means using things in a rightful manner, and when we don't use them, we don't keep it with us. We don't have it with us. Just share it. I'm not saying that live with less. No, that is not the point. Please have enough. But find out what you want first. And 20 years of education should empower people to find out what they want. Okay. Yeah, I'm skipping this one. Okay, now. Human being is coexistence of self and body. Self-reflection on that. Can we recognize the needs? Needs means need of body, need of self. Need of body is physical thing, need of self is non-physical thing. Okay, these two are different or same? Definitely they are different. Okay, but coming to this one. Okay, let me discuss this one. Need of body, need of self. One example I'm giving you. Here, need of self is happiness, need of body is physical thing. Say I have, say it's a dinner time, say you are hungry, and I have 2 rotis in my hand. So when you are hungry, you asked me, so I am hungry. So I have thrown that food at you. I have thrown. So if I throw food at you, will you eat? Will you eat? Is it possible? No, you don't eat, right? But you are hungry. You need food. I am throwing at you. What is missing? Why you will not eat?
Respect.
Respect. Now tell me, respect is requirement of self or requirement of body?
Self.
Self. Food is requirement of self or requirement of body?
Body.
Body. Okay. Now when you are hungry, I gave food, but I cannot say that you have to take it because food I have given. No. Requirement of self also I have fulfilled. Now other scenario I will tell you. You are hungry, but I am giving only respect, no food. Is that okay? Is that okay? That is also not okay. That means what? Requirement of self is different, requirement of body is different. Requirement of self is different, requirement of body is different. Both have to be recognized, both have to be fulfilled. Now tell me, education today is giving what? Education today is giving what? This you have to introspect and tell. So major shift or drifting is towards earning more money, thereby get more physical facilities, thereby satisfy the requirement of body. What will happen to self? That is not addressed. That is the main problem. So these are the needs of self and body are different. Yes, they are different. Now, what is the priority between needs of self and need of body? Now you check, okay, in your family, unhappiness is more due to lack of money or lack of fulfillment of relationship. You check that.
Lack of fulfillment in relationship.
Then where we are spending more time in earning more money or setting right relationships? Earning more money. This is the wrong calculation in education, sir. We feel that if we spend more time, if we get more money, getting more promotions, all problems in family will be sorted out. It will never get sorted out. Okay, we have 24 hours in a day. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. Tanuvu, Manasu, Dhanamu. Three things are there. Tanuvu means for body 8 hours, for relationships 8 hours, and for earning money 8 hours. Okay. Manasu means I'm putting relationships there. This is some rough number. You can put your numbers. So there is an assumption that if we have more money, we will get more happiness. That is the assumption with which we are living. Thereby, we are spending more time in earning more money, and where the time is reduced in family time is reduced. So presently, we don't have time for family. That is a big problem. That is a big problem. So make time without any gadgets, no gadget, nothing. And where to start? Start with normal things. Talk to your family members. Normal things about food, about weather, normal things you talk. Then automatically you will find a way to your own happiness. Now let me skip 2 slides and come to one more important point before I close. So there are human relationships. Human relationship. So one example I give you before going into this human relationship that I'll brief for just 5 minutes only. Suppose you are traveling in a train and there is a 3-seater. 2 people are already sitting there. You went and sat on the 3rd seat. So 4th person entered that bogie. What we normally do, we spread our legs. We don't allow that person to sit easily. We easily spread our legs and we don't stare at that person also. Or we put a bag in between. Okay. Now if this 4th person is known to you, what we do? First we remove the bag, request that 2 people to make some space, and we will accommodate that 4th person very easily without any problem. Another scenario, if the 4th person is very important, what we do? We get up and request that person to sit. Very easy example you can relate with. Now here what is the conclusion? Conclusion ఏంటంటే సంబంధాన్ని గుర్తిస్తే నిర్వర్తిస్తాము. When we recognize relationship, we will fulfill relationship. First case, we have not recognized relationship. That's why we are not giving them seat. Second case, we recognized, we are trying to give seat. In third case, the person is important. We are even sacrificing our own seat and giving that person. That is the power. Presently, what is happening? Even in our family, we are not able to recognize relationship. Even in college, in our academic, in our office also, we are not able to recognize relationship. That's why fulfillment is not taking place. When fulfillment of relationship is not taking place, people will become very sad, upset. That is what is happening. Okay. So it is relationship misery, like what do you call, the time which is running right now. So people are wanting relationship, somebody to talk, somebody to listen. All these things are required. So when we say human relationships, these are all relationships. Actually, this is very long lecture. I'll cut short in 5 minutes. I'll close it. So there are feelings in relationships. These are 9 feelings. So Vishwasamu, Sammanamu, Snehamu, Mamata, Vatsalyamu, Shraddha, Gauravamu, Kritagyata, Prema. English equivalents I already wrote there. These are Telugu or Hindi words, same words. Okay. We need to have these relationships, values within us, and then express these values to other person, to different other people who are interacting with us, be it in a family, be it in a larger family, extended family means our workplace, and then in society. So first of all, when I understand this, I will be happy. Okay. And then when I express these values to other people, they will be happy. That's enough. That is what all we want. Let me give one example here. How we can set right. Say this example of affection. Affection is there, the third point, the definition of affection I am giving. So say you are discussing with your colleague or wife or husband. When you are discussing, the discussions got converted into argument. When discussion got converted into argument, where you will put energy? To win the argument, you to lose the argument. What happens? Tell me. For winning the argument or for losing the argument?
To winning.
Winning. So now, if you win the argument, what will happen to relationship? It will strengthen or it will become weak. What happens? Tell me.
It will become weak.
Okay, when the other person wins the argument, what will happen? It will become weak or it will become strengthened?
Strengthen, sir. Strengthen.
Both types. If you win the argument or the other person win the argument, relation becomes weak. So now it is our choice now. For if relationship is important or winning the argument is important. Winning, losing is important. So if we value relationship, we will never take discussion into argument. So let us not jump to conclusion that if I don't put my point, what will happen? I will become weak. No, you will never become weak. You are more stronger in relationship. If you are more stronger in relationship, then you will get an opportunity to explain the same point sometime later without losing relationship. So this crux of relationship, without understanding this one, so many relationships are getting spoiled. And for life, they are becoming enemies. So the person whom you don't like, they don't need to come near you to spoil your mood. The moment you remember also, your mood will be spoiled. That is the problem right now. You cannot erase them from your mind. Some way or the other, they will come into your mind. That is the power of relationship. Because of that reason only, we have to understand relationship and maintain relationship. Otherwise, we will be unhappy. As an unhappy person, I will spread unhappiness only. I will never spread happiness. If I am a happy person, then only I can spread happiness. So I think there are many more things to discuss, but anyway, time is up. So I hope some of the points what I discussed make sense, or maybe all points. So I would like to stop here.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. May I ask something?
Yes, sir. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. You have said correct all the suggestions, but sir, all the relationship is and our feelings depends on the social relations, what the society have thought, and so society comes first, and then our thinking, our personal thinking, like all our needs and second priority. But what I want, what people wanting, that is the first, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Professor Pradeep Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Victoria. അതെന്തായി ചോദിക്കാനാണ് വിളിച്ചത് ഞാൻ.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Professor Pradeep Kumar, I'm Janakiram.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You said that this all values should be, we have to inculcate and we have to be a magnet for the students so that they will learn from us.
Yes, sir.
And most of the Indian society, what they are not depending on education, rather they are depending on the culture that
Bhaskar, you're on mute.
For example, culture of casteism, and all these things, it is there well rooted into the society, and that is, it is also influencing the faculty, many faculty at least, not
yes,
all the faculty.
Yeah, understood, sir. Question.
Faculty.
Let me answer that, sir. Yeah, let me answer that. Yeah. So what happened is, there are two things. One,
Probably, I'm just thinking that I believe that we have to start. I believe that we have to we cannot change immediately society. We have to start our own step first, and we have to do our journey. I am doing it by keeping all the things what I am talking now to you. At a larger extent, how it helps.
Sir, what I will really say, when I am in the path of this right understanding, I have only solutions. I will not have questions. That is the main thing. So let me elaborate on that, sir. So there are two things. One is person with right understanding, person with lack of understanding. So person with lack of understanding will suffer in any given environment. Person with right understanding will create environment. Now, as a teacher, I feel that teachers are in a position to create environment, not suffer in any environment. So that is what is more important. Second, you said about the culture. So culture has actually 5 components in it. I'm not elaborating. And in human tradition, there are 4 things: Sanskriti, Sabhyata, Vidhi, Vyavastha. These are the 4 things which are called Sanskriti, Sabhyata, Vidhi, Vyavastha. Okay. Now, education fuels these things, sir. Education is the starting point of these things. And we are masters of education. So, how the next society should be, it should come from my thinking as a teacher. So, educational institution should not become mirror of society. Rather, academic institution should decide how the future society should be. So, that is what, a teacher should think and decide how the future society should be. If teacher himself or herself is suffering in the in society, then something wrong in the design. Okay, so it is we means as a teacher, it is our responsibility to make future society. I am a solution giver, and how I can be authentic solution giver? By me practicing the same. If I practice the same, automatically I will get strength and courage to talk about it. So that is the thing. And if I am right, automatically it will propagate.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep, Professor Pradeep.
Thank you, sir.
And I have read the books that is given by Professor Dangal. 2018, I have attended your workshop, and it's very nice. And I am interested in joining with your mission of teaching human values, like taking the leaves. I too have some leaves. I'm interested in now spending some leaves for this.
Yeah, yes, sir. So
if you are giving opportunity, I'll also join with you.
No, there is nothing, sir. You start in your college and in your area. That's it. That's all. There is no association, there is no union. We are all teachers. We are anyway connected globally, all of us. So if we teach our children, our students, that's all. We are in the mission, on the mission.
So Pradeep,
yes,
I have one question, clarification actually.
Thank you, sir.
Whatever you are saying is very pleasing for the mind, and definitely it satisfies the self. It satisfies the inner being. But when we put it in practice, with your
satisfaction, sir. It will give double satisfaction.
It gives double satisfaction for the self, yes. But what happens is
4 times satisfaction to others.
No, what I'm saying is, what happens is, so far the education system has not been doing this, and all the environment around us is all about jealousy and rat race and all that. But when you try to be different, people want to bring you down and take you out of the system, because the system works against you. So how did you face it when you changed your paradigm, and how you recommend us to be in that Satya Padam?
This thought of system will bring me down, I have removed from me. That's all. This thought of system will bring me down, I have removed from me. That's all. Then I have not faced any hurdle after that. Every person who came across started cooperating with me and helping me in the way. So this thinking itself that somebody will put me down, no, nothing. They are putting some questions which I have to address. That is my homework. I'll do it. No problem.
No, sorry, sir. Let me put it directly. So I'm purchasing something for the company, and I felt there is a true value to that product and the price, and it will be very beneficial to students. Okay. So I approve it, and then suddenly somebody above me, they have a different value system, and they want to go to some other vendor. But because I recommended, they don't like me. So, and they want to bring me down. But my value system is bringing me down.
No. This they want to bring you down is your assumption. Don't ever think that, say there is somebody higher up. You only told higher up is there. So now, as a person subordinate, it is my duty to do best of the quotes to my higher up. It is their decision whether they are taking right or wrong. I am not to judge that. Whether I am giving proper quotes or not, only that much is up to me. Okay, what they have to take, what I like. No, they may take. They may have hundreds of other parameters to decide. I don't need to think on that.
So don't consider others' thinking and values and all that. Just do what you want to do.
Don't assume that they want to put you down.
No, it is evident in various activities. That's why I was.
It may not be. It may be in our narrow sense that is becoming evident to put me down. Okay. Otherwise, it doesn't happen, sir. It doesn't happen. See,
fine, sir.
If my colleagues asking me, what I will say is, my boss, sir, has asked me quotations. I have given him, and him or her. So it is up to them. They decide. Whatever they decide, I follow that. So my colleagues, what they will say, oh, whatever you have given the best quote, they are not selected that. They selected other one. I will not fall into all that trap.
Okay, you did your part and you satisfy yourself and go ahead with your life. That's all.
That's all. I did my part. That's all. That is what is in my hands. If it is not in my hand, let me not put that energy on that. And I will do all energy in what I can do. Or what I cannot do, let me not spend energy on that.
So does this mean that there is something wrong with my perception?
Which one?
So just to continue with what Professor Mani is saying, does that mean if I am in his place, that means there's something wrong with my perception?
No, there is nothing wrong, madam. We are over imagining about the other person's decisions, that they are not giving respect to my decision. I am not a decision maker. Na? I have asked to get the quotations and give a recommendation. I gave a recommendation. Right. And my boss or organization head has selected something else. They have right to do it.
Okay, no, I being fair in the system and try to give the best recommendation as you said.
Fair in my duty.
Yes.
Not that what I have suggested should be selected.
Right. Doing justice to my duty. But if it happens over and over again, what does that?
No, over and over I do my duty, and next maybe after a few years you will go to that position and you will understand the intricacies why that decision is taken.
Okay, thank you.
See what we have to do is do all right things from us down the line. Give all the information for up to take the best decision. Okay, these are very important things.
Yes,
sir. But at the end, we are not able to deliver, the best, right?
No,
it's not our failure. It is actually everyone has to change. I cannot change the whole world, as a single person. Everyone should
changing the whole world is not required, sir. Changing whole world is not required. This is not required. Okay.
How, sir?
How?
Because we are handled. I mean, we cannot deliver the way we wanted. We need some permission from higher authorities, right?
Right, sir. Right. Let me complete. Okay. What is happening is there is a lack of relationship between me and my boss. That is the biggest problem.
Okay, I'm not talking about lack of relationship. What I'm saying is, we are handled. Meaning we are restricted with the hierarchy limitation.
Sir,
we may say,
please listen to me.
Yeah.
In whatever restrictions you have, find out what best you can do. That's what I'm telling you. In whatever restrictions you have, find what best you can do and do that. That's all.
Yeah, that we are doing, sir. What I'm saying is, A single person.
Listen. Just jumping to that.
Professor,
If I
can
am,
I ask you a question?
please let me address that. If I am doing my best, I will be happy and satisfied for that day. If I am not doing my best, I will not be happy. And if I want something else to be done which is not happening from the other end, again I will not be happy. So these two are my problems. So now I have to align myself such that what is the best I can do in this manner, in this situation. Let me do that. That's all. That will make me happy.
Yeah, got it, sir. Meaning, like,
suppose I am a clerk, for example, or I am a housekeeping person. My duty is to keep the floor clean, everything neat and clean, right? My duty is not to like see that what the person talking in this seat to other person's seat. That is beyond my duty. If I start thinking about that, I am spoiling my peace. My duty is that, like, I am assigned for cleaning, and I am cleaning in such a manner that it is the best cleaning. So this is required, sir. This we need to understand. Otherwise, we'll actually our peace of mind will be lost, and we will not be able to deliver our primary duty. Primary duty is not administration. Primary duty is inspiring next generation, reverberate next generation with our knowledge on the subject. Okay. Otherwise, it will be spoiled, sir. I will not study my subject properly. I will not add to my existing knowledge. The moment I am, radiating with knowledge, all these things will become secondary. If a file has to be purchased for 100 rupees, somebody purchased for 200 rupees, don't bother about those things. Okay, if you are not able to teach your thermodynamics class properly, then you should feel ashamed. But if somebody is purchasing for 1000 rupees article, for 1500 rupees article, don't spoil your days on that. No need to think on those things.
Sir, there is a contradiction on what you are saying. Originally, you said if you start becoming a magnet and the whole thing changes around you,
yes.
And based on your value, you are trying to change something, and again, you are saying don't change it, let it be.
Sir, what I'm telling is you are conflicting with beyond your scope.
Scope, okay.
See, you are a faculty member, there is a HOD, right?
Yes.
So now we need to, as a faculty member, I need to listen to what my HOD is saying. If I start telling my colleagues that HOD is useless, what happens? That is, I cannot do this task. It is impossible. As a faculty member, I need to do my duty, best of thing, and spread the positivity. Okay, well, maybe there are some other conditions with which the HOD has taken this one. That is okay. Right. That's okay. Let us not worry about that. Let us do our bit.
So coming to the point of recognition, sir, when we as human beings, we do some job and we expect some recognition, right, for the self. And the system, if it doesn't recognize you also, where do you find that inspiration?
No, sir.
In your person?
Authenticity will be recognized. There is no way that it will go unnoticed. No way, sir. Impossible.
That I had realized some superiors who don't know me had appreciated me by hearing what I am doing.
Yeah.
So that I had realized. Yes.
One thing, sir, as a teacher, appreciation is not from principal, director. No. Your students.
Yes, they are doing it. They are giving the ratings and all that.
Recognition, HOD's recognition, they may be useful for promotions and other things. That is a secondary thing. It will come anyway. 1 year, this side, that side, it will come. But the main thing is, like student telling, like see, for us to inspire student, we have 1 semester. For student to tell whether we are right or wrong, their whole life. So we have to keep that in mind and inspire student. So when we inspire students in that manner, it is continuous. It is continuous, exponential. What we get back.
Happiness.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Like I am recognized by my HOD. I am recognized by my management. I am recognized by president of the society. All these things will be useful for my personal growth. My subject No one, I am above everyone. See that, everyone. My subject, my students, no one can compare that with me.
Thank you.
Okay,
It is
wonderful.
something
Wonderful discussion. I think very, very inspiring.
I think maybe we can say that that's why in HR we teach them that we maintain our own values. So we leave organization, we leave people, and we don't leave the organization. It's the people we don't get along well with.
Sir, I think we will take the last one question, this question from Professor Sandesh Jain, and then we will he is asking how human values would help us better apply design thinking in practice.
Yeah, so first, like what happens is practice is automatic when we understand the things. Practice is automatic. Okay, practice follows that. So how can I give light to people? It means the moment I get lighted up, it automatically spreads. That is what happens. I don't need to acquire it separately.
Okay, I think on that note we will thank Professor Pradeep Kumar Ramancherla. Excellent and inspiring speech as always. Your proposals are indeed evergreen, I would say, and you still, after so many years, again you still have the same energy, same enthusiasm, and same inspiration. Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone has gained something this today's session. And let me tell you, I think with one just telephone call, Professor Ramancherla has agreed to take this session. Really grateful to you, sir. And we continue to get inspiration from you and continue to practice what you have said. Thank you so much. And we will adjourn here. Thank you.
One last question.
Me, sir. Thank you so much.
One last question.
Yes, sir.
Can I have?
I think he is.
I have one question.
I think Professor Ramancherla has signed off. So I think today we have taken almost up to 7:50, and we have one class of yesterday, which is emotional intelligence, which is over, flow of yesterday's session. So tomorrow, although the schedule says 7 o'clock we will close, I think we may have to go up to 7:45. Kindly be prepared. Whatever is pending from yesterday, that will be done tomorrow. And I hope all of you have enjoyed this session. It is indeed my privilege that Professor Ramancherla has come. Thank you. And all of you, please keep filling the attendance sheets, because we have to start uploading on the Atal. So my request is, please keep filling it. If there is any difficulty, you let me know. Yeah.